going through a rough patch, and the rub of the green was not in his way. At that point in time, his father, Mr. Harivansh Rai Bachchan, has stated one very good quotation, which can be very much motivational for all of us. He said that when things are going according to your own choice and according to your own wish, then it's good. But when things are not going according to your choice or your wish, then it's even better, because the Almighty has a better plan for you. So, whenever we are taking certain actions, if it is followed by our own thought process, I myself think that it will be a catastrophe. Because if something external is driving you to be what you want to be, then you cannot be a better person. You cannot be a better human being. Your body and your mind is not yours. So that is what you will have to remember. You will have to remember this throughout the rest of your life. That this body is not mine. This mind is also not mine. Because the mind is a product of your brain. And the brain comes from a physical being, which is this mortal frame. So something which is a product of a mortal being, of a physical thing, of a materialistic thing, that cannot produce something which is beyond the view or beyond the boundary of materialism. So if you are quite under that particular periphery, if you are quite stuck in that particular well, then you will be the frog in the well. You will have to come out of it. And how you can come out of it? You will have to know where the keyboard is of this fantastic machine called this computer, which is installed within your brain. You must know where that particular keyboard is. If you don't know where the keyboard is, then you will just jump. You will just press different buttons haphazardly, and that will create no result. But if you know where the buttons are, and if you know what to press at what point in time, then you will see that it will produce the right result. Now, if you see that one of my friends, one of my previous speakers, they were having a debate that whether we should go all out against our neighboring country or not. Yes, we are very much angry. We all are angry. You are angry, I am also angry. But that anger is a part of my emotion. That anger is a part of my thought process, which should not actually lead what you are actually is. If you just always focus on that particular anger, then someone will say that, okay, that Mr. X is always very much aggressive in nature. But I have seen that particular Mr. X being very much lovable in nature. So that Mr. X is not always aggressive. So that Mr. X is not actually being led by his emotions or his thought process. It is just a temporary outburst. So a temporary outburst will not give you a long-term success. A temporary outburst will lead you to a particular place where you will see the mirage, where you will see that the result is there, but ultimately you will not get that positive outcome. So you must know where that keyboard is, and you must know where the buttons are left, that is JOY, joy. So if you press JOY, joy, then you will see, you will be able to experience with that joyous result. Your thought process can lead you to different other things. Say for example, if I see a girl right now, I can think multiple other things which may not be right, which may not be, which I may not be thinking that in a conscious way. Someone was talking about conscious and unconscious thinking. Unconsciously, you may think 1,000 other different things by watching an opposite sex. But whether you are actually that particular person, whether you are taking that particular action, no, you are not, because you are not allowing your thought process to overcome that, to go beyond that particular boundary, to go out of this particular mortal frame and to act as what you are. So you will have to always be what you are, and if you are, there will be thought process, there will be your emotion, but you will have to control that. How you can control that? You will have to have good friends. your good friend cycle, you will have to means your good friend cycle, your company can decide how you actually act.
Okay, he has
Your
one question.
One question.
Please.
So as you're talking about to write a particular word, okay, in your means you have to live a good life. You have a particular word, okay, joy, joy. So how do you find that particular? If everybody is able
that was what I was saying.
everybody is able to find, then everybody will be.
Absolutely, that is what our motto should
Why
be.
can't we? Why can't?
Because we do not know where that particular keyboard is. We are just jumping around and we are being led by our thought process. And that is why I started by saying that if you are led by your thought process, it will be a catastrophe. And that's what we can see. We can see these ultras, what they are doing. They are being led by their thought process. They have been told something and they have been forced to believe in something and they are doing it. They are just they are allowing their thought process to overcome as what they are actually, but they are not that person. Who knows that Mr. Kasav was not actually that particular person? Who knows that? It can be very much polemical now if I make that particular statement, but who knows? He could have been a better person. He could have been a scientist. He could have been a different in different other profession had that been not
Okay,
that
if you do
particular
not
situation.
believe in myself, in my own thought process, then whom, where should?
I'm not saying that you don't believe in it, but I'm saying that whatever your thought processes are, it is actually coming from what you think consciously and subconsciously. Okay, whatever you are experiencing within this mortal frame. Now you don't. I'm not saying that you will not have to believe in it. You can experience whatever it is, but you should not act according to your thought process. If my thought process is saying, if you are asking me a question, my thought process is saying either to answer you, or another thought process is saying go and beat that particular person so that the next time you will not be able to ask me a question. So what will I choose as a better human being? That is the question. Whether I'll beat you, I'll kill you, so that I'll eliminate the round of this particular question, or I will accept your question and give you the answer. So that becomes, there lies your thought process.
Don't you think it's quite relative? Suppose as you're talking about India, whether India will simply go means declare war against Pakistan. If India does, there are certain people they will support India, and certain people will oppose India. But on the other hand, if India takes some tactical decision,
which they have, and I'm quite proud of our defense ministers and the leaders. Yes,
there are certain people, those who will tell India which is not doing right thing, because if he does that particular thing again,
let them say it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. No.
It's a good thing.
What is a good thing?
To not declare war against Pakistan.
No. I'm sorry. You might have misunderstood what I'm saying. I'm saying that don't take a decision in a flash. Someone was saying that whenever you take a decision in a flash, it always goes to the trash. Okay, because if you, that's why I'm saying that I'm quite proud of our leaders that they are giving it a time. Okay, like all of us, we are angry, they are also angry, and they know, because they are in that particular position, they are holding that particular position, they know what is the best thing to do. Okay, what the neighboring country is doing, it can be a bet. They are just giving a bet, and they are just waiting for us to counter attack, and that is the best way they can kill a lot of people, a lot of other people. So I'm absolutely very much I'm sure that our leaders, we have our responsibilities on the very responsible shoulders of our leaders, and I'm proud of them, and they have taken certain tactical decisions which is actually proving the fact that without any bloodshed, you can hurt them. Without any bloodshed, you can hurt our neighboring countries, like whatever is happening with the Indus Water Treaty. Without any bloodshed, you can just bring a catastrophe in the neighboring nation. So you can understand that. So our leaders are doing it, and I hope that they will continue to do the best. If war is required, they will do it, they will declare it, but that will be at the right point in time. It is not that by with the when we our anger is leading us to take a particular decision, then we should do that. Okay, because when you are doing a certain activity which is led by your anger, you will never be successful. So you should always compress, you should know how to control your anger, and then as an intellectual human being, I know very well we Indians are more intellectual than our neighboring countries. Whatever they cannot think, we have already thought of that. Okay, so we have more intellectual people, and intellectually we'll fight this, and we'll be able to win this particular war.